Hi, today I would like to talk about the continued menace of drug addiction. Can early education stop the menace of drug addiction? And let me give you a background story to explain this topic. Many years ago, when I was in college during my first degree, um, I overheard a conversation between my roommate's friend and some guys. They wanted her to take part in a campus show, and she said, that she did not want to take part because she knows she'll be nervous, she's going to have stage fright. And one of the guys said, that's no problem, we'll give you some coke. After they left, I called my roommate aside and brought out my pharmacology textbook. I was already in pharmacy school, and I explained to her how cocaine works, how you get addicted very fast, and how it takes control of the person. And after explaining all the details from the textbook, she asked me why anyone would use such a substance. So I explained to her that her friend had just been introduced to it. I don't know if she was going to take it or not, but I said that's the easy way that you get introduced to substances like this. So in my mind, I thought, something is so dangerous, but it's very subtle how people are introduced to it. So that is why I say addiction is a cunning enemy. And the reason I say cunning is if you're going to get addicted to a product, it's usually presented with all the pleasures. It will do this, it will give you confidence, it will make you feel good, it will make you forget your problems. But they don't tell you what happens soon after you start taking this medication. They don't tell you that it takes control of your whole being. So the introduction is subtle, but the results are devastating. I have two articles that I'm going to present in a separate video, which will be much longer. One of them is The World of Addiction, where I talk about a lot of things. And the other one is How to Solve the Problem of Addiction. So that is another video which I'm going to present right after this. So the world of addiction and how to solve the problem of addiction will be coming up next. But back to today's presentation. The prevalence. According to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, 19.7 million American adults aged from 12 and above battled a substance use disorder in 2017. The cost of this drug abuse and addiction costs American society more than $740 billion annually. That includes lost workplace productivity, healthcare expenses, and crime-related costs. So addiction is really a serious problem, probably more serious than the current pandemic. It might be to a different group of in the society, but it is still a very serious epidemic, not only in the US, but globally. The at-risk population, we found out, are teenagers and people with mental health. So this problem starts very early. So it's not something we should take lightly. If teenagers are also at risk of getting this problem, that is why I am proposing this early education or early information. So what am I proposing? So I'm proposing a long-term solution, not just something to be done and we'll see the effects right away. But if we can introduce the education about substance abuse, not just telling them not to take the substance, but you also explain to them what happens. Explain how the substance takes control, how the person becomes helpless after just a few doses in many cases. Probably this will help people think twice before they start any medication or any substance that is addictive. So that when somebody comes to them and says, oh, try this, it will make you brave, or it will make you bold, or it will give you confidence. Because they have been taught early as probably 5th grade, that's like 11 years old. By the time they learn that, even before their teens, then they'll be able to make an informed decision of whether they want to go down that road. A lot of people that we see now that are drug addicts never expected that this would be the result. It was introduced to them, and before you know it, they were addicted. So my thought is that if anybody is listening to this who has connections with lawmakers in their community, whether it's the national level or the local government level, begin to let them know that this thing has to be taught at a very young age, the elementary school, at a very young age, even kindergarten. Let them know. Even they might not understand it, as I said in one of my other articles. These children are taught about dinosaurs. Also teach them about real life things so that they will be able to equip themselves and make informed decisions when anybody introduces a substance to them. And this is a long-term solution. For those who already are addicts and have that disorder, because it's not their fault, but those who have that already, they have to see a professional. So this video is not for them. They would have to see a professional who will actually, like a healthcare professional who actually take care of the disorder at this point. But my thoughts are the prevention. And if we can do this through early education, I believe that in a few years, it might take 10 years, we'll see that the whole thing would now be, have a different curve. Instead of the addiction rate increasing, it will decrease dramatically. Thank you for listening, and please don't forget to subscribe to this video because we're going to be making 2 other videos explaining the world of addiction, what is going on, things you can be addicted to, and then there will be another video, how to solve the problem addiction, where I also emphasize on the prevention, so that if they don't start it, it's much cheaper and easier than trying to solve it after the person is already addicted. And thank you for listening. Thank you. And please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the video, and share the video. Thank you.